All right. Okay, we're recording. Happy Sunday. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Happy Sunday.
I'm going to mute everyone for now. And then, as I said, if you have questions, just unmute yourself and ask. All right. So tonight, we're just going to talk a little bit about how you guys are going to get ready to crush the next 21 days. I'm super excited. Congratulations, number one, for all of those that have already crushed a program, 2 programs, 3 programs, etc. I know that many of you guys started with Mes de Mas and then jumped into Sean Week. Congratulations to those that this is, your first program with Mes de Mas. And we're going to jump into 21-day fix, real time, or 21-day fix, extreme real time. But before we talk about, which program you're going to do, how to figure out which program to do, we're going to talk a little bit about everything. I'm not going to dive into nutrition today because we had a call last Friday, not this Friday, but the Friday before. We can certainly touch upon nutrition another time if you guys are still struggling with nutrition, but there is a recording in the challenge group that you can certainly watch, or I can share, whichever. So if I am not your coach, make sure you ask your coach and they can tag you in that call that we had. If I am your coach, you can certainly ask me for the call. But I encourage you to watch that recording if you're kicking off with us ASAP, because 80% of your results is going to come from nutrition. All right. The other thing I want to mention is that if you are, I guess you wouldn't be on this call, right? If you prefer, or no, maybe if you prefer Spanish, like if that's your dominant language, then we're going to have a nutrition call Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. And okay, so we can get started. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about how to rock the next 21 days and what that's going to look like. And what that's going to look like is you guys, making the commitment. You made the commitment because you're here. You're in this call. You bought your challenge pack. Some of you guys may be still waiting for your, your box. You might be waiting for your Shakeology. You may be waiting, for your containers, right? You might be waiting for it all, and that's fine. Just have some patience. We know that things are a little bit delayed because of COVID, but they're on their way. Maybe you got an email ready, maybe you haven't, but they will get there. Many of the girls that finished Mes de Mas finished it without having their Shakeology, without having the containers, and they did the best that they could, making better choices when it came to meals, right? And just showing up in their fitness. So if that's you, hold tight, but definitely get started. The other thing I want to talk about is how to log into Beachbody On Demand if you have no idea what that virtual gym looks like yet, because I know we have new people that have never even, they don't even know what that looks like. So if you're going to be working out from your computer or your laptop, then you're going to log into beachbodyondemand.com. beachbodyondemand.com. This might be just, reviewing for some of you guys, a review because you guys are already working out. So beachbodyondemand.com, and then you're going to use your email and the password you created for the account. And that's what you're going to log into. If you are going to work out from your phone or your iPad, or maybe you have a smart TV, you're going to go to the application store and you're going to download Beachbody On Demand. You're going to download that application, and then you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to log in using your credentials. All right. So that's how you basically access Beachbody On Demand. And then you're going to look for the program, and then you're going to go to the area that says workouts, and you're going to locate either 21-day fix real time or 21-day fix extreme real time. We'll talk about, which program you're going to decide to do tonight. All right. What else? The other thing I want to talk about is, guys, you've made the commitment, you're here. Now it's time for you to just make it happen no matter what. And what I encourage you to do is that you choose a time that you will be working out every single day. Because if you leave it to chance, chances are that it's not going to happen. Because that's exactly what happened, you know, at the beginning of my journey. You know, I just knew that I would do it, right? And then you're like, oh, I'll get it done. And then you wake up, and then what ends up happening? If you have kids, they need you, right? Your spouse, they need you. Your work, they need you. Everybody needs you. By the time you get home, you know, or I mean, now we're working from home, but by the time, you know, you are done with everybody, attending to everybody else's responsibilities, you're exhausted and you're tired, right? And you are just spent. And the last thing you want to do is press play, is work out. So what I encourage you to do is that if you want to really commit to your health and fitness and really commit to these next 21 days, I encourage you to wake up half an hour earlier and get it done. You have choices. There is a 5 a.m. crew that meets via Zoom for added accountability. You don't have to get up that early, but if you want to, you can, all right? 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I know we have some Central girls. Or the second option is you meet us at 6:30 a.m., right? It was, when we started that group, it was Rosa, Jorge, my sister, and me. The first time, I still have the picture, I saved it, right? And now, the last time, I think it was like 12 of us, right? Let me tell you something. It's not easy, and it doesn't get easier. Rosa, does it get easier? No. Maria has joined us too. Abigail joins. My niece Glenda joins, right? Wendy and Rudy started joining. Brandy joins. Guys, it won't get easy, but everything is hard. You got to choose your heart. You either choose the heart of continue to being uncomfortable, right? In the body that you don't recognize, and being unhealthy, that's hard. That's hard. It's hard to be unhealthy. Or you choose the heart of waking up earlier, half an hour earlier, to press play and making sure that you get it done before 7 o'clock, before everybody wakes up, and you're done, okay? I tell you, every single night, I already either choose my clothes, I take it out and I leave it, you know, on my bed, because I know what I'm wearing the next day. Or if I didn't do it the night before, like I'm in bed like, oh, I didn't do, okay, this is what I already know what I'm wearing. So the next day, I'm not even thinking about it. I already know. It's not an excuse, right? Because that can take time. So I already leave it ready. And I set my alarm, set your alarm. I mean, these are basic things, but sometimes we don't think about them, unfortunately, right? So make sure that you do these things. So that's very important, knowing when you're gonna work out. That is actually crucial. If you don't know that, it might not happen, all right? So make sure that you jot that down. I also encourage you to jot down why are you here, right? Why are you doing these next 21 days? What do you want to accomplish in the next 21 days? And keep yourself accountable. And if you want to take it a step further, share it with your coach. If I'm your coach, share it with me. And say, you know, in the next 21 days, I want to do this. I want to accomplish this, right? I want to, I don't know, work out every day in the 6:30 crew. Or, you know, or I want to, whatever it is, you guys, right? I want to press play, whenever that is. I want to show up in my nutrition. I want to, you know, lose 10 pounds. I want to eat better, whatever that is. Make sure that you jot that down so that in a week, you check yourself. Hey, am I getting closer? Am I moving the needle? If I'm not moving the needle, then maybe it's time to course correct, right? It's time to talk to the coach and see where you need help, all right? So make sure that you're writing out your goals. That's so, so important. All right, the other thing is the things that you gotta do tonight and first thing in the morning. So tonight, you want to measure yourself. This is so important. Measuring tape. If you don't have one, you need one. You can get this on Amazon. I mean, you can get this. I don't. Whenever you go, I'm like Target runs. We don't do that anymore, right? We don't do Target runs like that. But this is important. So you're gonna measure your bust. You're gonna measure your waist. You're going to measure your hips. You're going to measure your arm, right? The bigger part of the arm. There's videos. I'm gonna share that in a second. And the bigger part of your thighs. Guys, there are videos under quarantine. There are videos in there under units. Go under units. And I can't remember what number unit it was, but it says how to measure yourself correctly. Also take pictures, front pictures, back pictures, and side pictures. And I would take pictures tonight or first thing in the morning because, and also you want to wear the same exact outfit or, you know, workout gear when you take them at your beginning of the journey to when you finish your journey, because now you're also going to compare, right, your pictures, and then you weigh yourself. I encourage you to weigh yourself at the beginning, and that's only because for me, progress is a little bit of everything. That's why I encourage you to do everything. I want you to weigh yourself because, you know, you're also going to gauge that at the end of the journey. I don't encourage you to get on that weight every single day because it can become, you know, obsessive. I don't want that for any of you. All right. So weigh yourself in the morning. I always encourage you guys to weigh yourself after going to the restroom. That's what I do because then you empty everything out. And also, you know, same thing. You either pick the same outfit when you weigh yourself at the beginning of the journey and at the end. I always weigh myself, you know, the way God brought me to this earth because I feel like it's the most accurate. All right. So when you're gauging your progress, you're gauging at the entire picture. You're not just gauging and you know, just saying, oh my God, you know, if the scale's not working, then I'm not progressing, because that's not true. Because your progress depends on everything. It depends on how you feel. How do you feel? Do you have more energy, right? Are you more motivated? How do your clothes fit? Are they fitting looser, right? Are you feeling nicer in them, right? Your measurements, same thing. Sometimes you might not lose any weight, but you're losing inches, and vice versa, right? You might lose weight and no inches. So you got to look at everything. All right. So that's why it's so important to gauge every single thing. All right. The other thing is, I'm not going to cover nutrition today. However, if you already have your containers, excellent, use them. Don't, you know, receive containers from Beachbody and then they just sit and you never use them. This is the easiest way to track your meals. Seriously. We cover, you know, how to find the plan you fall under. If you don't know what in the world I'm talking about, then you need to watch the nutrition call. You need to figure out what meal plan you fall under so that you can fuel your body appropriately. All right. If you want to lose weight, it tells you, you know, the calculation. If you want to maintain, it tells you the calculation. If you want to gain, it tells you the calculation. All right. And it's super simple because you are fueling your body with the things that you need. And sometimes when you look at that plan, you're like, holy cow, like I can't eat all that food because in the past, you know, you haven't been putting any nutrients into your body the right way, right? You haven't been fueling your body correctly. And so sometimes it looks like a lot of food, but in reality, it isn't, you guys. It's exactly what your body needs according to the workout you're working on, all right? The other thing I wanna mention is if you are adding additional workout, you don't have to, because trust me when I tell you, these super trainers, they're professionals. They're top of the notch. And the one workout you're doing a day is sufficient to get your results, right? And it's already planned with the meal plan that they put together for you. The deficit is already there. So you're gonna lose weight if that's what you want, right? But if you, for example, I know I have some girls that like to go running. I like some girls that, you know, like to bike, do an extra exercise. I'm not opposing to that. However, if you're doing that consistently, you know, 4 or 5 days additionally to your workouts, then I would suggest talking to your coach, because then now you got to add more fuel into your nutrition. You need to eat more, right? Because that wasn't calculated in your nutrition plan. So take that into consideration, all right? So now in terms of what program should I do, Gabby, right? So I gave you guys an option, or your coach gave you an option to either 21-day fix real time or 21-day fix extreme real time. So they're two different programs. It's the same trainer, Autumn Calabrese. This is my suggestion. You don't have to do what I'm, you know, what I'm suggesting. You know your body more than I do, right? But my suggestion is that if you've never done the 21-day fix ever, not the old one, not the new one, I would start there. I would start with 21-day fix real time, okay? Now, if you've done the 21-day fix before and you're feeling, you know, a little risky, I would say do extreme. I'm gonna do extreme with Jorge. I know the Rosas are doing extreme, and I think the majority of the coaches are doing extreme as well. Don't feel pressure to do extreme, right? Extreme is that, extreme, all right? So if you've never done the 21-day fix period, I would start there. And you are going to get a great workout. And this one just progresses nicely into the 3rd week, and it progresses you to get ready for extreme, which is the best part about the new version of 21 day. Okay. So that being said, I think that, you know, I covered everything. I want you guys to, you know, everything in terms of what you should be doing to get ready for this. So, you know, make sure that you know, write down why you started. Okay, why you started this, what you want to accomplish in the next 21 days. Okay, I'm going over it really quickly. I want you to set the time when you're going to work out. You are not going to, you know, leave it up to chance. All right, I'm going to cover one more thing about nutrition in a second, and then I'm going to ask someone to speak about that because they're great at it. Let me see. Okay, so I said, measurements. Measure yourself. Oh, leave your clothes. Remember, I said leave your clothes ready for the night before. You know, choose your clothes. Know what time you're working out. Measure yourself. Okay, measure yourself. Take your pictures. Same clothing, right? There's videos under units for knowing how to measure yourself. All right. And then take your weight in the morning after you use the bathroom. Again, I do it how God brought me to this world. You can do it with the same outfit every single time you do it. You do it on day 1, and then you do it at the end of the program, which is day 21. All right. And then obviously, if you have these already, wonderful, start to use them. If you don't have them, we have a picture that we can share with you with, you know, what these, you know, what each measurement is. If you haven't watched the nutrition call, make sure that you watch that, because if you start this journey on just fitness, you're only getting 20% of results of the equation. I'm sure you want 100%, right? You have to prepare. Like Sundays are a good day to prepare your meals. I'm not going to cover much of that, but I'm going to ask Wendy to go into it. She had no idea that I was going to put her on the spot, but they're amazing. The Rosas are amazing when it comes to the nutrition and the fitness, but I'm going to ask her to talk about just some tips on what she suggests so that you guys are successful. The other thing is, guys, water is so important. You know, I struggle with water intake. And so making sure that you know how much water you have to intake on a daily basis is important. Take your weight, right? And then you divide that into 2, right? And then in ounces, you're going to drink that in ounces. So for example, if you weigh, I don't know, 200 pounds, then you should be drinking 100 ounces of water a day. that should be your aim. If you want to drink more, excellent. If you can, if you can drink more, excellent, right? If you struggle with water, tips is, infusing your water with fruits, with pieces of fruits. That always makes it better. Or buying I got a gift recently that has I have to drink at least 64 ounces of water a day. And then it has a time frame, basically. By 8 o'clock in the morning, I should have drank this much. By 10 o'clock, you could take a gallon and do that yourself. You don't have to spend money. What else? I think I might think of something while Wendy is talking, but I pretty much covered everything. I think that at the end of the day, you guys, this journey is up to you. We're here to answer questions. As I was saying that, make sure you utilize either the chat if you're in my chat, and the challenge group. All the challengers, all of them. Listen, I've been doing this for 6 years. All of them that contribute to that challenge group and go in there and ask questions, go in there and post their sweaty pictures, their meals, go in there to encourage other people to show up, not only for themselves, but for others. Those are the ones that are having results because they're committed to their journey as much as they're committed to someone else's journey. So the people who are participating the most are the people who are having the results. You can lose anywhere from 7 to 10 pounds. I've seen people lose 15 pounds in 21 days. I've seen people lose up to 20 pounds. I've seen a good handful of people in my 6 years lose 20 pounds. It's not always, right? Because it depends on how much weight you have to lose. It depends on your commitment levels. It depends on how, strict you are with your diet. I'm going to share with you my goals, and then I'm going to hand it over to Wendy. Jorge and I decided today that these next 21 days, we're not going to drink wine. We've been drinking wine a little bit too much. Hang on one second. Let me mute. Okay. We've been drinking, not, like a wine here because the nutrition allows us to have 3 glasses of wine. And then lately I haven't been drinking. Like he'll be like, you want a glass? And I'm like, no. And then I was like, you know what? We're doing 21 day. Like, let's just do it clean. I've done it before where depending on my commitment level to the program, I've done 80% nutrition, right? And then there's times that I go 100%, which means no alcohol, no treats, no nothing. And Autumn allows us treats. So you decide how you want to handle this. You want optimal results, 100%. And you can do it. It's only 21 days. She says we could do anything for 21 days. And guess what? You can do anything for 21 days. And then we're also, obviously we can eat healthy carbs, right? We can eat bread too, but we decided that we're not going to do bread as well. That's just us. That doesn't mean you guys have to do that. I'm just telling you what we decided to do for 21 days. So no bread and no wine or alcohol for us. But that's just for the 21 days, and then after that, we'll reevaluate again and see if we want to, add wine or not. So Wendy, you want to open your mic and share some tips on how to make this journey nutrition, and then how to make this journey, very, very successful.
First of all, I love Gabby. How I didn't know I was going to talk today, but I'm always ready. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for hopping on, because you guys are the ones who are going to get the best results because you jumped on, right? It's hard to, kind of take a break with your weekend. I know you guys have family stuff and things like that, but the fact that you jumped on tells me that you guys are going to be committed. Honestly, in order to really get results, you have to dial in your nutrition. So my husband and I, Rudy, we live by the 85-15 rule. So like 85% of the time we eat clean, good for you foods. And 15% of the time we indulge. But we've been doing this for 6+ years. So we can do that. When I start my challengers, I'm very honest with them. I say, if you're going to do this 21-day program, I don't want you to indulge, right? Because you want to kind of teach yourself what it is that you have to do when it comes to clean eating and eating healthy. Once you start reaching those goals, then you can, give yourself some leeway, right? A couple of things that we do, we're really good at meal prepping. So usually like on a Thursday or on a Friday, we go food shopping We kind of think about what it is that we want to eat, right? The beauty about this program is that there's a variety of choices within each food group. So if you look at like your veggies and you look at your protein, you can choose different foods so that you don't get bored. So we do that. And then usually between a Saturday and a Sunday, we meal prep. Some easy tips, like we will make a big pot of brown rice. We'll boil like a dozen eggs, like things like that to make it easier for you. When it comes to the snacks, honestly, I do them daily only because like my veggies and stuff, I don't like to have them done and spread them out within 2-3 days because then they get mushy and yucky. One thing that's been helpful to me is a microwavable steamer. Guys, you can get it at Amazon for like 10-12 bucks. It is a lifesaver. I put like my broccoli, my cauliflower, I steam it for 3.5 minutes, boom, done. 3 minutes, you have your veggies done. So I do that daily. You have to prep for success. I was just talking to a challenger earlier today and I said, look, one of the key components to this program is thinking ahead of time, prepping, right? Because if you don't, then you're stuck. Like I'm an essential worker and I've been going to work these past months. And if I don't bring in my food where I work in the Bronx, the choices are bad. So you're stuck with like cuchi frito, fast food places, and that's just going to take you downhill. So you have to prep. It does require some work, but if you schedule it out and you say, okay, within this hour on Sunday, for example, I'm going to prep my meals, then it's not that bad. And like I said, the snacks are easy to make if you think ahead of time. The other thing that's helpful is you guys are all on the Beachbody On Demand, you have access to the Fixate channel, which is the program that Autumn has with her brother, who's a chef. And there are multiple recipes there. There's no reason why you can say to me, oh, I don't know what to make. Like, I'm bored. Like, she has breakfast, she has snacks, she has lunches, she has all this stuff that you guys are able to make. And you can look, and if you're following the Portion Fix, as I follow the Portion Fix containers, she'll tell you what the recipes, what it's equivalent in terms of the containers. So it gives you all those ideas. The other thing that I do when Gabby was talking about water intake, I used to not be a water drinker. Rudy's always drinking water. I used to drink like juice and sodas and that stuff like that. But I haven't had that since my first pregnancy, which my daughter just turned 11. But one of the things that I do first thing in the morning that's helpful, as soon as I brush my teeth, wash my face before I do my workout, I'll drink 2 cups of water. I don't even think about it. I just drink it, 16 ounces, boom, out the door. At work, I have a bottle like Gabby has. It's a 32-ounce bottle. And guess what? As soon as I get to work, I fill that bad boy up. And I'm sure that by the end of the day, I'm done with that bottle, which leaves me another 16 to 20 ounces left for the rest of the day, which is very easy to consume. So that's just a easy trick for you. Plus, drinking water first thing, like it opens up the organs and gets them working. Shakeology, what I do, I drink it most of the time for breakfast. What Rudy and I do is the night before, we prep the Shakeology in the blender. Like I'll put in like the unsweetened almond milk. I'll put in, so I do, it's 12 ounces that we're allowed to. So I'll do like 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk, 4 ounces of water, a handful of baby spinach, like about a cup, half of a whole banana because we're sharing it, put cinnamon. And then in the morning, what I do is I pull it out, right? Everything's in there. I add the 2 scoops of Shakeology for my husband and myself, ice, done. So these are things that make it easy for you to be able to stay on track. But the other piece of it is mentally. So guys, 21 days. So like Gabby had said earlier, I'm a firm believer that it takes 21 days to end a bad habit and 21 days to start a new one, right? A good one. So think about it like that. You have to mentally prepare yourself to do this program, right? Because if you can mentally control it, you're able to say, okay, I could do anything for 21 days. The workouts are going to, whether you do the regular 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme, they're 30 minutes. So it's 30 minutes out of a 24-hour period. You guys can do it. Whatever works for you. I prefer morning workouts, but there have been times that something happens. You know, we are human. We have our lives. Things happen, but I still get it done within 30 minutes, right? So even if that means midday, evening, I've done nighttime, you get it done. But the idea is that, you know, it's not like we're asking you to do hour workouts, it's 30 minutes. So mentally you prepare yourself to do this and you guys will get results. But the fact that you guys have jumped on already shows me that you guys are committed to this. The accountability group, it's a big part. I push for all my challengers to post their sweaty pic. It doesn't have to be a full body pic. It could be a picture of your face. It could be a picture of your sneaker. But it shows us that you've pressed play, right? The food pics are another big part. I'm a big believer in that because it helps me. I'm a coach. Gabby's a coach. There are other coaches. It helps us to see what you're eating, right? And if, like I said, the key to success, yes, exercise is important, but if you're not dialing in the nutrition, you're not going to get the results that you want. So if I know that what you're eating, maybe you need to tweak it, I'll maybe message you on the side and say, hey, instead of having that white rice, let's opt for that, brown rice or that wild rice. So things like that help us. But, posting that keeps you, we always say that it's easy, we'll say we're committed to ourselves, but it's easy to not commit to yourself. But when there's a group of people that are counting on you, you will stay accountable. And that's what makes it successful in terms of trying to reach your health and fitness goals. Let me see what else. I think I touched base on a lot of stuff. So if you guys have any questions, it takes time. The other thing I wanted to make sure is that you guys all know which plan you guys are going to be on, because that's key in terms of knowing how, what plan you're going to fall on in the eating plan and how many containers you're going to have within the day. And just kind of like I mentioned before, spreading that out, knowing what you're going to eat, looking at the recipes, meal prepping, food shopping, and making sure that I always say 5 meals a day, spreading it out 2-3 hours apart. We're not going to go into nutrition in detail, but that's the way I tell my challengers. 5 meals, try to aim for that. Breakfast, morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, 2-3 hours apart, so that you're moving your body, your metabolism is working, you're burning more fat. So anything else, Gabby, that I might have missed or that you feel I need to add on, or you guys have any questions?
You have any questions? No, that was wonderful. Thank you, Wendy, on the fly. Anyone has any questions?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So it did say multiple times, like, it's good to take a 2-day break and then work the 5 days. So explaining that more, it doesn't matter which days, but do you guys personally have a specific set of days, like Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday? Which one works best for you guys?
To take off? Is that what you're asking? In the fitness? So this program is 21 days straight. So there's no days off. So, right. So don't worry. The trainer took all of that into consideration. So there is a stretch day because stretching is important. So there's a yoga day. And then there's also a Pilates day. So during the 7 days, you're going to be working upper body. You're going to be working lower body. You're going to be working cardio, right? You're going to be doing abdominal work, right? Core. But you're also going to be stretching. So don't think that every single day you're going to be dying in your living room or wherever you guys work out. They've taken all of that into consideration. There are other programs because the goal behind this program, a lot of people we start a lot of our challengers on this program is because we want you to build the consistency of that consistency muscle and, to show up for yourself, no matter how long the program is. So this was 21 days to develop the habit, but then there's other programs that you'll do that's only 6 days, right? There's other ones that is only 5 days. There's only 4 days, right? So it depends on the program, but each program has been designed so that, your body kind of rests, you know what I mean? But going into that, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, going into that, the other thing that I don't want to leave out is that, in order for you guys to see results, because a lot of times, we hear a lot of, I'm not losing weight, and people get frustrated and then they throw in the towel. So you have to look at everything that's going on, not just the fitness. You can be showing up, and Autumn is big on saying this, you cannot out-train a bad diet, period. You can go to the gym, and I'll give you an example. My husband has always enjoyed running. And even before I became a coach and we got into Beachbody, I was not into fitness, and Jorge would go running like 4 or 5 times a week, not like all the time. And he would run 4 miles, and he would come home drenched, right? And he would not lose a pound because we would be eating whatever. We were drinking it up. We were eating, takeout like all the time. So there was nothing in nutrition. We didn't even know. Like, to me, eating chicken was healthy. Like, I was like, yeah, we doing it up, right? But no, we weren't, right? And so I want you to understand that it's the entire picture. You got to make sure that you're sleeping. Autumn is big on sleeping 8 hours. I get it, you guys. Even in this pandemic, I feel like, we're not getting enough sleep because we have so much stuff on our plate, some of us are mommies, right? We're working from home, some of us, right? You're homeschooling, you're doing all the things, right? And so that being said, you maybe are getting 5 hours of sleep. I encourage you to try to increase that to at least 6 to 7 hours. It is so important for you to get rest, especially if you're working your bodies, right? If you're adding movement into your bodies. So sleeping is important. Drinking your water is important. Sticking to your nutrition, like fueling your body, is important. One of the things that a lot of the girls, one mistake they make is that if they fall in the first category, which is 1,200 calories, it's plan A, they're like, oh my God, that's so much food. I can't, because they're not accustomed to eating right. And so they think it's so much food, it's all right, I'm going to leave 2 containers out. But you know what you're doing, right? The problem is that when you're not fueling your body doesn't have the energy, doesn't have the fuel to function and to run all the organs inside of us. We have so many things happening, so many systems that need you to eat appropriately. And what happens is that, your body has to save food for later. Like, I need this fuel for later, so I'm going to save it for later. And so what it does is that it will convert it to fat. And then we're complaining, why are we gaining weight? It's because you're not eating all the things you're supposed to be eating. So if your plan, looks like a lot of food, it's supposed to look that way based on what you need, so make sure that you're eating all of that. The accountability, like Wendy said, is so important. So fitness, nutrition, right? Important. Water, managing your anxiety, guys. I get it because I suffer from anxiety. So I get the whole thing about trying to manage this anxiety. All right. But guys, guess what? Working out will burn some of that anxiety. So showing up for yourself during this journey is going to help with that, right? I'm not saying it's going to cure it, but I'm saying it's going to help with that. And finding habits that are going to, help with the anxiety. Maybe finding a morning routine and an evening routine. Maybe we can talk about that during our Thursday calls, guys. If someone can take notes on that. Like, morning routines are so important. Waking up early to either, work out right away, but then, what are you doing to center yourself before the day gets hectic? Are you doing a devotional? Are you reading the Bible? I'm not encouraging, this is not about religion, but what are you doing, to center yourself? Whether that's with God, whether that's with the universe, whatever it is that you guys do, I respect. But you need to find something that centers you daily to start the day. For me, that's my devotional. For me, that's my journaling and practicing gratitude. The more you are grateful, I guarantee you, the more you'll receive, so that you can continue being grateful, right? So you have to practice something on a daily basis that will center you. And one of them is exercise, right? Exercise, movement is medicine, I'm telling you. And then having a night routine. I'm not saying that I have it all together, but the more you try to incorporate these healthy habits, the better it'll get. And the more practice, the next time it'll get better. And that way, so just keep practicing those. And the accountability, coming into the groups and whether your coach has you in a chat or they have you in the bigger group. If you have a question, more likely than not, someone else has it. So go into the group and ask, right? Make sure that you are, you know, celebrating other people, because that was that challenger. I was like all up in people's meals. What are they eating? I want to see, you know, or, you know, just being like, man, you rocking it. You know, when you see someone showing up every day, that's motivating. That's inspiring, you know, celebrate them. And I'm going to open it up for questions in a bit, but I want to say two more things, because I know you guys ask a lot about when do I drink my shake? When do I drink my shake? Well, in terms of your shake, you can drink it like Wendy says she drinks it for breakfast, right? I drink mine as a snack. Some people drink it, you know, for lunch. Some people drink it for dinner. It really depends on what you want, and how, you know, and how packed you want it, you know. I have it as a snack all the time. I never have it as a meal. That's just my preference. But Wendy's out the door in the morning, so she needs a quick breakfast. She does that, and that works, right? So the other piece to the shake is, guys, success leaves clues. Follow the people that have been doing this consistently and having results, right? So I'm not saying that everyone here wants abs. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you want results, right? Because that's why I said I want everyone to write down what they want to accomplish in the next 21 days. And if you want someone to keep you accountable, I need you guys to share that in either in the group, in the big group, or in our chat that we have going on. Or if you want to just share it privately with me, you know, that is, if you are sharing your goals, someone is going to keep you accountable, and you are going to keep yourself accountable, because now you said it out loud. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's so important to do that. And so I want you to know that success leaves clues. And when I say that, that means that if I've been here 6 years and I've been drinking my shake for 6 years, and I've been showing up, you know, to do my fitness, and I've been showing up in the kitchen, and I've been using the performance line, when someone wants to, it's like if you ask for a recipe, right? And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If you've heard me say this, it's because if someone, you know, has a delicious recipe for cupcakes, I'm just saying that because I like cupcakes, right? And you're like, oh, can you, I mean, like, this was so delicious. Can you share it, right? And the person shares it, right? Gives you the secret to the delicious cupcakes. And you go home, are you going to change an ingredient? No. If you start to mess with the recipe, it's not going to taste the same. You're going to mess it up. If we're telling you that showing up in the kitchen and sleeping and drinking the water and drinking the shake and doing the exercise and showing up in the accountability, that's what has worked for us. Fitness, nutrition, Shakeology, and accountability. If you are missing one of those pillars, you guys, it's not going to work. You could try it and check in with me in 21 days. It's not going to work. So trust us. Success leaves clues. You can see our results. They speak louder than, you know, than words, basically. So any questions, you guys?
Gabby, I just wanted to add that when you are, you know, again, we recommend eating the 5 smaller meals throughout the day. Make sure that when you combine the containers, the food groups, that you're doing 2 or more, okay? Never just have one and say, okay, later on I'll do this, because it's just better for your body. It takes it in better, okay? And just to piggyback on what Gabby was saying, sleep is super, super, super important. I used to, you know, have problems in terms of getting enough sleep. And then once you really get those 8 hours, everything just starts to fit in perfectly. Like Gabby said, the 4 pillars: you're eating healthy, you're drinking your shake, you're working out, and you're posting, you're accountable. That's important. But the other added piece is the sleep will get you, because if you're not sleeping, you know, it's your body's not getting what it needs. And so you're not going to get the results that you want. So all those things are super duper important. Guys, we're here for each other. I need you as much as you need me and each other. And this is how we make things happen. And so again, you know, we've got this, you know, 21 days. Let's put it in our head. 21 days, I can do anything for 21 days, 30-minute workouts. Oh, somebody asked about if it's okay to eat. Do you eat before if you get up in the morning? I've done both. I've done where I just get up, drink my Energize, and do the workout. Honestly, the better way, Gabby, I don't know if you agree with me, when we are following the more stricter version of Time Nutrition, it's best if you can have something in your system because it gives you the energy to be able to do the workout. So if you're able to do that, I feel like the shake is the easiest thing because it goes right into your system. That gives you the energy to get the workout started. But, whatever works for you.
Yes, when we've done Time Nutrition, we've eaten beforehand. But, I'm telling you, the 6:30 Zoom, I'm being honest, doesn't get, once I'm up, like I'm up. Because now I know, like, and the fact that I know my girls are waiting for me, like that gets me up. But I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy, right? It's not easy, but I literally get up, put my clothes on, get ready and go. So I don't got time to eat, right? So it's time for Energize, time for my Hydrate, and that's it, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, but we have done the Time Nutrition with 80-Day Obsession, and that required me to wake up at 5 because then I needed to eat, right? And so you have that option, so it's up to you. But if you have to eat something because maybe you get dizzy if you don't have anything in your stomach, because I know some people do, then you could drink your shake like Wendy said, and then you could press play right away. All right. Yeah, girl, you need to increase your time sleeping. It's important because your body needs to recover. You're breaking down muscles, so you need to allow your body to recover. Any other questions?
I have a question. In regards to the Shakeology, should you just drink it like once a day, or should you drink it more than once
One time.
a day?
One time. That's all you need. It has
once a day. No,
1 cup is all you need. It has all the nutrients that you need that otherwise you're not getting from the food. So 1 time. Anyone else?
Okay.
Great question.
Just make sure you say that it's good to get a full 8 hours straight through, not like 4 hours here and then 4 hours throughout that day. But
yeah, so if you can get, 8 hours is the optimal for us, but if you can get like 6 or 7 at least straight hours of sleep, your body functions better. So yeah.
Yep. Anyone else? Any questions? We have 6 more minutes for questions. Remember, we also have the Zoom links. I always share them in the morning anyway, but the Zoom links are saved under units as well in the challenge group. There's the 5 a.m. crew, and then there's the 6:30. And that's just added accountability, but I guarantee you that once you're there, I tell you, that 6:30 a.m. crew has so much energy. I don't know. I don't know where they get it from, but literally like by 7, we're all done and we feel amazing. And I know it's going to be difficult at first, but you got it done, Any other questions, you guys? Anyone?
Gabby.
Yeah.
Yes, Gabby, I do have a question. Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. So at first, I was having issues eating all of my containers. I thought it was a lot of food, but I was like having that bad habit of not eating the correct portions. Now that I eat all of my containers and I get up in the mornings, do my workouts in the morning, I have a lot more energy. So I eat all of my containers, but sometimes I'm done with dinner or I don't take an afternoon snack because I eat one fruit portion with my breakfast, and then on my morning snack, I do the Shakeology with a fruit portion. So I skip the afternoon snack, but the time that I'm having dinner, sometimes I feel like I'm hungry. And I'm still doing the exact same workout. I do feel that I am losing weight. It's just that my body is craving more food.
What's your question?
if I add one green and one red, would that change to a different plan, or would that just be okay for me to do whenever I feel that way on certain days?
When do you want to take that?
Okay, so what I usually, so try your very best to eat all the containers, because they're portioned out for you throughout the day. The idea of eating the 5 meals is so that you're not hungry. But sometimes we need to look at it, right? We need to relook at the plan to see if it's what it's best for you. What I typically say is, if you're still hungry, drink water. If you're still hungry, add a veggie.
Yes.
And if you're still very hungry, I'd rather you have a protein. Stay away from carbs. So that's what I always say: water, veggie,
Kelly,
maybe add a protein.
Sorry, Wendy, but Kelly, aren't you exercising on top of the exercise?
No, I'm only doing the workouts in the morning.
No, but
for some reason,
didn't you tell me you were jogging with your family?
I was, until I stopped. I think it was like a little bit over a week ago.
Okay, but that's the thing, and it goes to what we were saying. Extra activity will make you hungry, you guys. And so this is why Kelly was hungry. And so if she was just doing the half an hour, the containers, her plan would be sufficient. But like Wendy said, sometimes,
Gabby, Gabby,
hang on, Yesenia, hang on 1 second. Everybody's body is different. And so that means that, you might need that extra green. But I think that what Wendy's saying is right on point. Make sure you're drinking the water. Make sure that you're drinking, because sometimes all you are is dehydrated, right? But also I think that your body, is getting used to the fact that this is a new system as well. So give it some time. If after, maybe like a week or so, you're still hungry, then we could talk about, different ways to make sure that you feel satisfied. Obviously, we don't want you to be hungry either, but we also want you to get results. Go ahead, Yesenia.
Okay. What I do and what I have seen, I have read in books too, is that I drink my water before my meal, because you are hydrating your intestines so that you could digest your food better when you receive the food, as opposed to drinking the water after you eat. Because if you drink the water after you eat, you push your food down and then you're hungry again. So that's what I do. And I mean, I have read that in different places, and I have heard it from other people too.
Can I add something?
Sure.
So I think also you can space out your snacks. Sometimes, like, we know, oh yeah, it's time to eat, but we're not really hungry, and we still eat the snack even though we're not really hungry. So maybe listen more to your body throughout the day, and don't eat like just because it's time to eat, but also listen to your body and wait until you're actually hungry to have that meal. That way, if you space out your meals a little more, like 2 to 3 hours is it's too close, right? I'm more to 3 to 4 hours. So maybe if you wait 3 to 4 hours, you will be more hungry, and that way by the time dinner comes around, you still have a little bit more food left, because everybody's schedule is different.
And just to add on that, honestly, if you're hungry, certain days are different. Like, I know when I go running, I'm burning a lot more calories, I know that I need to eat more. But honestly, I'd rather you drink that water and eat those veggies. I personally don't feel like you can have too much veggies. And veggies are filling, so go for that. If you really like, I need to eat something, heat up some veggies or whatever, maybe take some baby carrots, something to fill you up. It's a better choice.
Awesome. Abigail, you had a question?
Yeah, piggybacking off of the containers, I can't finish mine a lot of times. I still have food left over because I feel like I'm stuffed. So that's my hard part, is finishing it. I don't have a problem drinking my gallon of water, because I go up and down first thing at 6:30 in the morning, because the workouts be killing me. But keeping the nutrition and getting it all is hard. And I'm on little sleep, so I don't know if that's why, or how do I do that? Do I need to lower my intake?
Gabby, can I answer that? I would say that work on your sleep. You don't understand the wonders of getting full rest of sleep. It changes. It's a life changer. So work on that. 4 hours is definitely not enough. You need to have 8 hours. I push for 7, and the least would be 6. But try to have the containers because your body needs those nutrients. Try your best. That's all I can say. I can't make you eat everything, but try your very best to eat the containers that are for you. Maybe you might want to, mix those certain containers a little bit more earlier on. They say breakfast is the most important, so maybe add on more. You know what I mean? So that if you're not hungry at the rest of the day, you don't have that many left to eat. Does that make sense? Like try to have them, ready and prepped so that you can eat them for.
Okay.
So
What if I take a nap though? If I take a nap, that doesn't count?
No.
Girl, 8 hours of sleep straight.
Stop trying.
Hurry and wrap it up. You gotta have rapid eye
wish.
movement. Rapid eye movement.
Listen, but it also, remember, girls, Abigail has 5 kids. She's freaking amazing. Even today, like one of her little ones got up, or 2 of them, I don't remember, but, and she still pushed through that workout, and 3 of them got up this morning.
Oh.
And she shows up, and she figures it out, and that, which is why she shows up for the 6:30 Zoom. But what I want to know is, are you spacing your meals? Are you eating when you're supposed to, or are you taking care of everybody else? And then by the time, see, that's probably what's happening.
So like I told you before, I don't eat at the same time every day. It just depends on when I can, but I have my alarm set on my watch, so I know I have to eat every 3 hours. So
I was going to tell you that to set an alarm, because I remember when the kids were younger, I wouldn't eat. Like I was just too busy taking care of them that I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even have lunch yet. So, you have to try. It's hard because you have kids, right? But at least it's good that you're timing yourself, so that it gives you a reminder, like, oh, it's time to eat. Let me go get my snack.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, I'll do better with my sleep.
Yeah. I think that
I'll try.
And the more you practice, the more you tweak things. But certainly, I hope that what's being left behind is like carbs and stuff, and not vegetables and protein.
No, I eat all my veggies first. I make sure that I'm not really much of a meat eater.
Okay.
So the veggies are okay, the fruits are okay, the Shakeology is okay, the water is okay, but everything else is just like, I'm full.
Very good. So we've gone over, well, not really, because we got started at 9:05. So it's 9:04. Any other final questions, or you guys are good? You guys are ready? Oh, go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, so one thing is, with water, sometimes I get bored of the taste sometimes, so I've gone straight into herbal teas. A lot of time in the morning, they say it's good if you drink tea or coffee, but if you drink coffee, they say to drink water before coffee to help. And then tea in the morning, it just helps get your organs going, like you guys said. I have a throat coat tea that I buy because I talk a lot at my job on the phones and my throat gets sore. And I have one that helps boost your immune system. I buy it, most of them at Walmart or Whole Foods. And so I do that one, and also like a belly comfort one if your belly's upset. It helps if you've eaten a lot of food. It helps your tummy feel better when you take tea that helps your belly too. So I just wanted to add that in there,
Thank you. Yes, for sharing that. No, herbal teas are good, especially too, like if you're feeling a little anxious, there's the chamomile that I absolutely love. So those are good suggestions. Anyone else? No, we're good? All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining today. I hope to see many of you guys on the 6:30 a.m. Zoom. It'll get easier. I'm excited to go on this journey with each of you, and we can't wait to see what happens in 21 days.
Yay, guys, 21 days. I'm proud of everyone here. We've got this. Let's mentally say we're going to finish it. No, we're not. We are going to finish it, and we're going to try our best to be 100% committed. Yes. Okay, guys?
And take it one day at a time, you guys. I know it's 21 days, and that's the goal, but finish one day and then tomorrow, like take Monday. And then once you're done with Monday, we'll take Tuesday. And before you know it, you're done with the 21 days. All right. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining tonight. All right. Bye, guys.
Good night, ladies.